will you help me? Can you help me?
You don't need to be helped any longer. You've always had the power to go back to
The whole
Kansas.
idea about Jesus and that idea of the quote-unquote Jesus is really you. You are Jesus. When you start to awakening, you will experience what Jesus did with the people not rocking with you, right? And a lot of people don't want to experience that. They just, don't want the uncomfort. They don't want to go through that journey. They want Jesus to take the wheel. Jesus did everything, but actually you are Jesus. And when you start to awaken, when you start to take that power back, then you will see the people around you look at you differently if they don't want you to do that. And certain people are uncomfortable with you stepping into your own power for whatever. Well, that is what it is. But when I look at myself, I'm very objective of myself. My major programming is two grandmas. I got two grandmas behind me watching me, right? I took a lot of my character from them, just like Superman was programmed by, his upbringing, right? And I grew up in the hood, right? I could have definitely turned out different. And I have family members that, live different lifestyles. So I'm choosing this life, and this is a choice that I've made. And there's things that come along with it, and part of it is solitude, right? Because as you vibrate higher, it just naturally just separates you from those that don't want to vibrate higher. And that's fine. Everyone has their own journey. We all have our own issues. Life doesn't pull as punches for any of us, right? So we're all feeling this. My whole thing is, if you can access the level of higher consciousness, you can create a whole new world. It's a whole new world. It's a blank slate. Just think about this world, a blank slate. And we're living in this reality where it's like this, right? 1% are controlling 99% pretty much in this matrix. That's not the way it has to be. 99% have the power, always had the power. And subconsciously, you've been telling yourself through movies and Wizard of Oz and all of this, you got the power the whole time, right? Dorothy had the power the whole time.
You don't need to be helped any longer. You've always had the power to go back to Kansas.
Once we realize that, the power to the people had the power, we can change the system tomorrow. Just like an example with COVID. COVID showed us that we can shut this world down, and it was interesting. COVID was also another example of mass programming, because before COVID, people didn't care about masks, but then the programming of the mask and all that stuff had people fighting each other over who was wearing and wasn't wearing a mask, when that wasn't even in your consciousness before that, right? And it just shows the level of programming that a lot of people are under, and it is what it is. But I'm not trying to wake anybody up. It's a personal journey. I'm just showing you an example of an awakened person and showing you that that example's within you. That's what Buddha and Jesus and all the other awakened people were talking about. But the whole deal here is this is a whole new reality that we can create. And that's what I'm focused on, the new reality that we create. So Martin Luther King, and I'm here in Tennessee, spoke about a dream. So I awakened in that dream, and I want to continue that work. And I think that's why I'm here in Tennessee, to help continue that work on whatever level. We'll see. These next few years are going to be very interesting, because I don't know what's going to happen. I'm riding the synchronicity wave. I'm in alignment, right? So awakening in the dream. In Martin's dream, we can realize that. We can realize that. It's funny, in Memphis, they were saying after 50 years after his death, they were celebrating his, I don't know why they were celebrating his assassination, but after his death, they were saying, what do we do next? That was kind of the signs up there. And I won't even get into that, but the whole point is there's a level of consciousness that you can attain that allows you to see that you can create a whole new world here, now, that you can experience in this lifetime. And part of what I want to do is see how much of that we can realize. Peace.
I have.
Then why didn't you tell her before?
Because she wouldn't have believed me. She had to learn it for herself.
What have you learned, Dorothy?
Is that right?
That's all it is.
But that's so easy. I should have thought of it for you. I should have felt it in my heart.
No, she had to find it out for herself. Now those magic slippers will take you home in 2 seconds.
Oh.